It's my favorite morning of the week. Linus is having one last little morning in the green blankets, and we don't have to rush to be anywhere. But I still like to, have a little bit of a lazy morning, but I still want to be productive. So I'm going to share with you some of the little things that I do to stay up on top of everything, but not taking a lot of time to do it. So I'm just kind of organizing this extra closet that I've turned into like food storage. It really happened like during the pandemic, like having some extra stuff that I get at Costco and just some of my staples. So I'm just moving some of the things around and then also preparing because we are going to Costco tomorrow and I want to see what we need and what we don't need. Cereal, I just, we're down to the last 2 bags, so I moved the Cheerios up over here. I've had this chai latte in the pantry, so I actually opened it. I love to have iced chai lattes, so I can make my own at home and then, take it with me whenever I'm going to do pickup, and it'll save me some money too because they are really pricey. So I put one in the fridge and then the other 2 back unwrapped. So I have the Nutri-Grain bars in here. I need to pick up some more Kraft Dinner macaroni and cheese to have, especially during this time of the year if we're barbecuing. It's just something easy to have. I don't want to open the crispers. I have the coffee organized. I took the tops off. So everything I can see. I just moved a couple of things around. I do know that I have granola, but I have a little bit of the room back there to buy some things tomorrow. We have lots of Fairlife, and then we just finished up the Christmas goodies, and I'm just storing the Easter ones in here until I go to make up the baskets for Easter. So a little bit of organization, breaking down cardboard boxes, and just, making sure that everything is organized. I can visually see what we have, and I know what we have. So I'm just trying to figure out where to put this coffee. I was folding my laundry and I thought I'd share with you, I try and get all of the same types of socks. So Andrew has a hole in this one, so I'm going to throw it out, but he has more odds and ends of these ones. So instead of buying everything as matching pairs, I'm able to make socks last longer because I try and buy a couple of pairs of the same one. So I have, an idea of what I want my day to look like, what I'm sharing with you, what is life, when is the camera stay down and all of that. So the morning, it's kind of, all of life and everything. And then the afternoon, I'm going to do a little bit of my stuff. And then I'm just trying to have an idea of what our day is going to look like tomorrow because I want it to be as organized as possible so I can get everything that I need and not feel like I'm running around. So I wanted to start decorating, but I'm going to let Hunter sleep. I can't wait to get the yellow. So Steve and I are having a second cup of coffee, and I put on a little bit of spring jazz music. It's a rainy day, and I just thought it was like a coffee house, a cozy atmosphere. And Steve's like, why is there a stack of pancakes on the window? And I'm like, well, look, there's a bunch of bags. Somebody's, in the cafe having some pancakes. And then he noticed a bunch of other stuff and then the equivalents, and he goes, you should have one of those. And I'm like, can you just enjoy the atmosphere and the music and the raininess? And then he goes, what's in the basket? Hamburger buns? I said, I don't know, dear. I said, I just see spring flowers and, a rainy day with nice ambiance, a little bit of jazz music. But Steve saw something completely different. So it's always interesting when you have, 2 different aspects of one, visual. So anyways, it's not the day I thought it was going to be. It's pouring rain and everything out, but the boys still have to go out, and I want to finalize my list for tomorrow, and I'm thinking about pitas for pizza because I don't want to be making everything from scratch, but I want to be organized. I'm going to finish this off today. And then we had lunch and everything, so I gotta get everything cleaned up. I still have the pan from last night to hand wash, so I gotta get this all taken care of. And then I'm just ready to have a little bit of spring come to the inside of our home. It's been really interesting sharing this journey here on YouTube with decorating my home and how, I got caught up with watching social media and, people decorating and more is better, and always changing everything out or wanting to have what is in style. And now I'm trying to take our home that we've updated, but, the couch and everything that we purchased, it looked really nice, but it didn't feel like us. Now we have leather furniture that we really like. I'm figuring out the colors. The boys are part of our home and family, and I want to make them part of it, so now I get blankets for them. Hunter was sleeping in the bed and I called him out and he just wanted back in here. He's gonna mess the bed up because that's what he does. And then Linus's little donut, that's what we call it because this was Hunter's bed, it came with him, and that's what it was referred to as a donut, and that's why we call it. So this one, like, I put the blanket all around it and it stays there, but I just wanted to share with you like what Hunter does. Like, he messes the blanket up. He always does this. Charlie used to do it too. I don't know if it's a beagle thing, but like, he wants it a certain way. But anyways, he's just curled up. It's raining outside. It's not the day that I was picturing. Like, I thought I was going to be more enthusiastic. I thought I was going to do a lot more different things to share with you, but I was just like in the moment and wanting to really enjoy my Saturday. So I have to get this thing ironed. So Steve was ironing, so I want to see if he can do it. So I'm going to go upstairs, and you know who is going to follow me. I think it's so sweet. I love watching them with the editing. So I pictured like this blanket. I just switched out the flower. I brought up a yellow candle. I love this white tray that I got. I'm not loving the blanket. I want something like solid yellow. These are the pillows I bought last year for the sunflowers. The ones I had last year I donated. They were just too big, too heavy. The Snoopy blanket, this is in memory of Charlie. We love peanuts, and when I saw it, I knew that it would be perfect with a little bit of yellow. And then here's Charlie's like paw print. I've never even put a picture in it. It's close here. Like, Charlie's always in our hearts, and I just had to have something to remember him, so he's always close by. And then this is the table that we put here. So this was like my Ray Dunn mug. I reused some flowers that I used to keep in a different vase, like trying to use what I have and like change it, but then I'm keeping my winter coasters. And then this rabbit I've had for years. I love the raincoat, the boots, but I always wished it was a duck, and I can't find anything. And then just some little staples, like to just bring a little bit of yellow, and then the blankets for the dogs. So I can't wait to finish everything and have like the pictures up above the couch and the mirror above the hutch and just get everything finished. I really just want it done. So the last thing to do is the hutch, and I'm just not sure because this table runner is too short. I think it shrunk when I washed it, but it could go on the table that we're gonna buy. So anyways, I'm bringing in my Easter items, and I had this Charlie Brown. I bought it. It was like a measuring cup set, but I bought it for the pictures. And as I'm bringing everything out, like, it seems like too much. It's not what I want to decorate. I just want to keep everything very, very simple on the hutch. So I'm gonna work a little bit and see what I come up with. I just wasn't feeling any of my decor this year, but I know I'm not ready to get rid of it because next year I might love it. So this is what I came up with. I put my gnome there. I really want to put like the Lego flowers there for height. My tiered tray, it's not what I wanted it. Like, I look at things online and I look at how people decorate it, but I knew what I wanted. I just couldn't find what I wanted. That was the frustrating part. And, you know, I took the chick that I found, the two little things, and I'm very happy with them, but I want to have like some more greenery and florals and spring, and not necessarily everything be Easter. And then this, I thought it'd be really cute because it's baseball season. So I had the opportunity for Anna Louisa to get some earrings that I really liked. I shared that with all of you. And then I put my rings and my earrings in here, and I always know where they are because I wear the same things over and over. So it's functional, but I can't wait to get the mirror up. This isn't really what I thought I was going to do today. I really thought that I was going to do all of this and everything, but I just went with what I felt was right, and I'm happy with it, but I really wish that our main floor was just finally fully decorated and done. When I was making my meal plan, I forgot to check the weather, and I'm like, oh, it's raining. Well, if it's raining, I can just do the burgers in the house. And then I'm like, I don't want to do burgers in the house. So my plan was to make like homemade tomato sauce on Monday and use these meatballs. But I'm changing my plan for dinner tonight because Steve's like, oh, like, don't you have something like gravy and mashed potatoes? I'm like, yeah, I could come up with something. So I got this idea from HelloFresh. So These are the Kirkland meatballs. I'm putting in the oven 375 degrees for 20 minutes. So I did 6 meatballs for each of us. I'm going to do the mushrooms, potatoes, brown gravy, and then the Rayo's marinara, and I'm going to figure out dinner for the 3 of us. Andrew doesn't like mashed potatoes and gravy and all of that, so it's 5:01, and I want to have dinner on the table by 5:30. That's my goal. So I have a large potato. I just chopped it up for Andrew, a little bit of olive oil in the seasoning. Then I have the potatoes for us to boil and mash, and then I'm going to get the other stuff ready to go for us. So I'm going to do some mushrooms for Andrew, and then I'm going to do some onions and mushrooms for Steve and I. And I think this is the best way that I can really share with you planning. Even though I'm not sticking to the plan, because I had a plan, I was able to kind of move things around because I felt organized. My fridge was stocked, my pantry was stocked. Like, I could pull and make dinner, and I'm really excited about it because there's something comforting about like mashed potatoes and gravy. So I'm using some convenience items to help, but I'm also using some fresh produce to get dinner on the table and just really enjoying the process with all of you. A little bit of pepper for seasoning, and I got everything going. I got the potatoes in the air fryer. I got 3 elements going. The meatballs are in the oven, and I'm just trying to do the best that I can. And I actually enjoy all of this. I love being creative in the kitchen and using what I have and just coming up with a dinner that my family is going to eat. I add the Rayo's marinara to Andrew's mushrooms. I'm just sauteing ours a little bit more. And I just want to share with you how I try and use my time productively. And that's one of the things is like when everything is together, I'm on top of it. I'm always looking ahead on, what I can get done. So I'm rinsing out the Rayo's marinara jar, gonna recycle it, and then just give you a little glimpse into my kitchen because I know that the gravy, I need water for it, so I have a cup of water. So I'm going to add that to the pan and then put in the gravy mix. I have the bowls out to plate them up. I have my mixer out with the beaters in, and I have my butter ready to go. And I just want to clean everything up as I go, run my dishwasher. I don't want to spend the whole evening cleaning up the kitchen. And I think this is the realness out of what I'm trying to share with you in Veda, because I spent all week like making lists and doing this and doing that because I just had so much like running through my head that I needed to get done. But now when it's time to cook dinner for my family, I'm actually relaxed, enjoying the process, being creative, and cleaning up as I go so there's not a great big mess waiting for me a little bit later. So I'm going to finish plating up the dinner and just show you how it all comes together. Andrew loved it, and I was just glad that I was able to take meatballs, potatoes, and mushrooms and make 2 separate dinners to work for everybody in my family. She's not the prettiest looking dinner, but I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I always want Andrew's to cool. So while his is cooling down, I put the meatballs in here. The potatoes, I'm just waiting for them to finish boiling, turn off the elements, and then I'm just gonna put a few little things in my sink, and then I'll have a little bit to clean up tonight. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I put the butter in here. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes just so it can melt. So I'm gonna clean things up, and I'm just trying to use my time wisely so I don't have this great big mess. But like you saw at lunch, I piled everything into the sink for the morning, and then I was able to clean it up. So I pick and choose when I want to do things as I'm in the kitchen, and then there's times where I just want to pile everything into the sink, and it's really about just trying to find the right balance with whatever is going on this particular day in my life. It all plated up. I'm going to put a little bit of dry parsley on the top, and this is what dinner looks like. It was so good, so comforting. I have all of my stuff in here that I'm working on. I have it all in a bin. I have bread and bagels ready to go for the weekend. I have a little bit of dishes to clean up, and I just want to share you the realness of it. It's 5:31, so I got dinner for 5:30. It was really good, and then the evening we just enjoyed it. I have everything organized for tomorrow. I have my Costco list. I spent some time on the IKEA website. I know exactly what I want to get. The tape measure, all of the measurements. I want to make everything go as smooth as possible. I have like the things that I really, really want to get. And then, this is what I wanted to do today, and I got some of it done. I didn't get everything done. And then I have my list for tomorrow, so I know exactly what the game plan is to use our time as wisely as possible, because we also want to get home as quickly as we can, because I don't want to have to do this again. So I have my day planned out. It was a really great day, and I'm glad that I was able to give you a little peek into the realness of everyday life.